Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain how you can scale your agency past 50K a month. It's going to be very simple. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to walk you through it. If you want help, you can always book a call through my website, apexsetting.com, but let's get into it. So the first thing is you need to build enough demand worth converting. So before you think about hiring any setters or anything like that, you need people to talk to. The best DM systems amplify existing attention. They don't create it from nothing. So you need to build a clear, high value offer people actually want, which you should already have if you're doing around 50K a month. You need to create consistent Instagram content that attracts your ideal client. You need to generate daily engagement through real stories and posts. This all needs to be happening every single day. Encourage comments, replies, and profile visits. So you need to be putting call to actions in all of your posts. And also you need to collect social proof through your testimonials and client wins. You should already have that. This should already be a thing that's in place. And grow an audience that's consistently interacting with your content. A DM system multiplies the demand. It can't replace demand. So the demand needs to be there from day one. So if you don't have the demand through your Instagram, then there's no point even listening to this video. You need to make sure that you have the demand. So the next thing is to build a real DM appointment setting system. Most agencies hire a setter before they build the machine they'll operate. The infrastructure should exist before the first DM is ever sent. So you need to define your ideal client profile, build a messaging framework and conversation methodology so you know exactly how to train your setter. You need to write scripts for every stage of the conversation. Normally it's about 7 to 8 messages back and forth before you book a call. And then you need to make sure you have a CRM set up, a pipeline set up, and a KPI dashboard set up. If you don't have these things set up, then you're not going to be able to hire someone because they're not going to be able to work within a system. They're not going to have a system to work in. If you don't have a system, they can't work. It's like hiring someone, but there's no place, no desk for them to sit at. So you need to build a daily operating system from lead to book call. So from beginning to end, you need to have the entire booking system built. People scale businesses, systems scale people. So you need to make sure that you have the DM setting system built before you hire a setter. So hire a real appointment setter. Finding great setters is much harder than most founders expect. This is where many agencies waste months hiring, firing, and starting over. Interview 30 to 50 candidates before making a decision. Avoid generic hiring. Avoid hiring generic VAs claiming they also do DM setting. There's many VAs out there, hundreds, if not thousands of VAs from, Thailand, India, other countries like that, where the labor's very cheap and they know they want to get hired as appointments. People want to hire appointment setters. So they say they're appointment setter, but all they've ever done is just manage some DMs, right? That's not appointment setting. And then the coaches and agency owners like yourself hire these people and then think appointment setting doesn't work because you hire someone who you need to micromanage them, fire them, hire another one. So, okay, next, challenge candidates early with real appointment setting scenarios. So you want to make sure you challenge them with actual appointment setting scenarios. Listen for people who understand qualification, objections, and booking psychology. So if you say to someone, what kind of script will you use? And they say something like, oh, we'll just use whatever script you give us. That's a clear sign that they're a VA because a real setter knows what to say. Look for communication ability and coachability over years of experience. Look to see if in their previous jobs they were coached in any kind of way. So you don't want to ask, were you coached and were you trained? Because they'll just say yes. You want to say something like, you can think of this yourself, but you can say something like, what kind of training did you do for appointment setting in the past? They might, and then on the spot, you're forcing them to think. And they might, if it's a real job, they'll be like, oh, this guy trained us for 3 weeks, or I watched some YouTube videos, and then you're going to get a better response. So just assume they've had training and then ask how. Rather than saying, have you had any training? And then they're just going to say yes. This is why many agencies hire us. I'm talking about us here. We've already built the recruitment process to consistently find setters they can trust, right? So people don't really know how to find good setters, so that's why they come to us. So number 4, train your setters properly. Don't expect someone to become productive after watching one Loom video. Give them a structured onboarding so they can understand your offer, your standards, and your process. So day 1 is to learn the offer and the ideal client profile and the positioning. Day 2 is to study messaging and conversation flow. I'm not sure if I was looking at the word conversion or conversation. Day 3 is complete role plays and qualification exercises. Day 4 is to shadow live conversations and receive feedback from them. Sorry, not feedback from them, but you're taking feedback. Day 5 is to handle supervised conversations. By week 2, operate independently with daily coaching. So they're going to be operating every single day doing the work by week 2 if you do this all properly. Great setters aren't found, they're developed through structured training. Many people do this wrong. Many people, also was one more thing I should probably mention and maybe add to it. Regularly train your setters from daily to weekly. So if you think you can train your setter one time and let them do the job, you're sorely mistaken, because despite the fact that every agency owner and business owner complains that they have to keep hiring and firing and they're not doing the job properly, blah, 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 one of the reasons is because they don't train them. Yes, you've probably hired someone bad, but a lot of the time you hire someone who's decent, but you just don't train them enough because you're busy. And that's why people come to us, apexsetting.com. So number 5 is to protect client accounts and build secure infrastructure. So giving someone your Instagram password shouldn't be your only option. As your agency grows, security becomes just as important as performance. So never share client passwords unnecessarily. Give secure account access without exposing credentials. Set up remote access, for example. Separate client accounts from personal devices. Document account management procedures. And build infrastructure that scales safely across multiple clients. So we at apexsetting.com, we've built a secure way to let setters work inside of your Instagram without giving away the password. If you want to see how it works, we can walk you through it. If you just book a call through my website. So number 6 is to manage the system every week. Appointment setting isn't something you set up once and forget. Weekly optimization is what separates average teams from high-performing departments. As I said, if we look at the other point I made up here, you need to train them regularly. You need to be optimizing regularly. And many coaches and agencies just think that they can train the setter one time and just let them work magic. Even if they're a good setter, it's not going to happen. They need to understand the infrastructure they're working within. They need to understand how your business works. They need to understand what you like and what you don't like. This is why so many businesses fail with setters. So review the book calls and the qualification rates. That's for you to go through. If you can't do it, just come to us and we can show you how. Listen to conversations and provide coaching. Improve the scripts using real objections. Monitor KPIs for every setter. Test new outreach angles and messaging. Recruit continuously so you always have a backup plan. The best appointment setting departments improve every single week. So, guys, please listen to me. If you don't know how to do this yourself, please get someone to do it for you, because you have to do all of this all the time if you want your appointment setting to work. Number 7 is execute every single day. Once the system is built, consistency becomes the competitive advantage. The agencies that win aren't necessarily the most talented, they're just the most disciplined. So send 50 to 100 targeted DMs per setter each day. Respond quickly to the inbound engagement. Don't leave it sitting there. Just respond fast. Follow up with every qualified lead. Keep conversations organized inside your CRM. Track daily KPIs and review performance. Fill the calendar with qualified sales calls every week. Instagram doesn't scale your agency. A well-run DM appointment setting system that consistently fills your calendar does scale your agency. So if you want to build your own appointment setting department, go through my website, links in the bio. If you'd like help recruiting, hiring, training, and managing elite Instagram appointment setters, book a free strategy call and we'll show you exactly how we would build your DM appointment setting system. We can do it for you, so we can build the entire system and operate it for you, or we can do it with you, so we can teach you and teach your team how to do it. Hope that helps. See you in the next video. Also check out my other videos. Cheers.